Peace, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me see if the other live is still up. Hey, Janicia. Is the other live still up? Mm-mm-mm. Hey, welcome back. You can hear. Come back in the room. Thank you guys for your patience. Thank you, Infinity Spirit. Hey, April. Peace, Rose. Peace, Akasha. Welcome back. Peace, Christelle. Greetings. Welcome back. I'm even more hyped up now with regards to what I'm. welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, the other live is down. Okay, good. Peace, Fro Beats. I was having a good time without you guys laughing. Did you guys hear me mention the Catholic Church? Did you guys hear me say that? Nope, you didn't hear me say that? Oh my gosh. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Welcome back. So I had let me tell you guys. Um Welcome back, everyone. I had a feeling when I tell you that um before this live I had to go into full protection mode, literally. And thank you so much, Mook. Peace, Stan. I literally had a feeling that there may be I promise you that there may be some interruption with this message because last week I was telling someone about talking about masculine and feminine energy and how both of them, the balance, the logic and the emotion together create power. And I was telling them that I did a video on knowing wisdom and power, right? And so I went back to that video. I don't know when I did that video, early this year, I think. And I don't know if you guys remember, but remember the sound was cut as soon as I started talking about power. The sound got cut off. So I did knowledge, knowing, and wisdom. And right before I went to get into power, it was cut off. You guys remember that? And I didn't have any sounds. And then we had to go to Instagram. And I was telling them we had to go to Instagram. And then I had to give people my Zoom number. We went on Zoom because I was like, I'm going to finish this message no matter what. Like, nothing's going to stop me. Do you remember that? So I was watching that the other day, like 2 days ago. I was rewatching that video. Like, damn, this is really like deep. And shout out to the I forgot who emailed me and told me that I said entomology instead of etymology. I'm gonna mix up some words, guys. You know, I keep telling you I'm from the Bronx. We just mess up all kind of words. But today, because I'm diving into etymology, linguistics again, I was like, they better not shut my sound down, you know? So I was doing my research on here on the computer on Google, and I was like, you know that your stuff is not private. You can have a VPN, whatever. Your stuff is not private. And so when I'm seeing I'm getting a phone call and you guys are saying no sounds, I'm like, so they cut my sound. But you know me, I'm gonna keep going. Like, I don't care. I have to share this information with you all. So now I'm even more on fire because they try to cut my sounds. Like, y'all really like listen, these low vibrational entities, y'all so scared. Y'all so scared. Y'all so scared. Like, just stop. um so so last night around 2 something, I opened my eyes and I automatically thought about so many of you. Again, a lot of you send me messages in the week, and my mind just went to so many of you. And so I was like, I'm gonna go live on Instagram. It was like 2 something to like 2 a.m. I fell back asleep. And then when I got back up again, I was like, I didn't go live. Let me go live. And I grabbed my phone. It was 4:44. So last night on Instagram, I went live like 4:44. And there was like about 40 of us on there last night. And I don't remember exactly what I was talking about, but I was just like, I have to go live tonight because so much information was coming through. So if you guys can remember last week, was it last week? The new moon, right? I was all messed up, guys. I think it was like a Wednesday. No, it was a Thursday, and I thought it was like a Wednesday. I had the date wrong, and I was just, I don't know what dimension I was in. And then I ended up not going live. There was some work that I had to do spiritually for that new moon myself, where I could not go live with you all. But anyway, all this information was coming today, and I just had to to break some things down to let you all know the energy that we are in. One of the reasons, and you know, I was asking spirit, today, like, why did the last couple of moons, the last couple of new moons, I haven't gone live on that date. And I was asking, what's up with that? I like talking to you guys about the new moon energy, the full moon energy. And spirit literally gave me this message. I'm gonna tell you this message. And I hurried up and wrote it down. And I heard you live in cycles of cycles. And the moon is a cycle. Don't get caught in that cycle. And so one of the things with us as in this construct that we're in, we're very codependent on stuff. Codependent, especially if we grew up in religion, right? We are dependent on pastor, priest, imam to tell us message, to give us the information. Like we become dependent on that. And we start becoming dependent on the side of us. And I always say that the moon, the planets are tools to be used, not to be dependent on. And so there was an energy of dependence on the moon that had to kind of be broken, okay? Because the moon is not a natural celestial body. It was placed up there, and I'm not going to get into not going to get into that right now. But ancient texts talk about it. The moon is not something that and I'm speaking of celestial bodies. I'm literally talking about bodies, beings, because we are in a being, a body. Okay, the moon is not that. So there is an effect on us energetically because it was purposed to be so. However, something that I've always said from the beginning is it's important to connect to you. You should always be connected to you first. And something that has been told to me several times in my life is like, Melanie, there's no savior. Nobody's coming to save you. You have to do the work yourself. Okay, you have to be connected to yourself, your own spirit team. You can't be dependent on what's outside of you. Okay, you can use what's outside of you to help guide you, but not be dependent on that. And that is something that I had to be reminded today, and it kind of ties into what I'm going to get into. So I'm going to talk about some stuff today, and I really don't care if my sound gets shut down again. I'll try to come back on. If I can't get back on, I'll see y'all on Instagram, the_spirit_doula. That's me. Okay. One of the things that I talked about the last couple lives, where I said I really can't. Thank you so much for being here, Letitia and Natea. I really couldn't go into answering questions about herbs and supplements, but you guys know me. Like if I feel moved to share, I'm gonna share. Well, the CEO of YouTube the CEO of YouTube, literally on some other bullshit, literally some asinine stuff. Like people just exposing like the most, it just be so backwards. And I just be like, nobody sees or hear this. So she just basically was like, anyone talking about, forget herbs, because you can't talk about herbs. You can't talk about herbs and healing, but you can't even talk about supplements. They will take not just your video down, but they will shut your whole channel down. And the most basic, what is the most basic supplement that everybody knows you take if you get sick? What is the most basic supplement? Let me see if you guys know. What is the first thing if you get sick, you take some such and such? Yes. Yes, April. I know you would know, April. Yes, Lee May. Mia, happy goddess. Vitamin C. She said, even if you talk about vitamin C, will shut you down. I was like, bitch, like, are you serious? So we can't talk about vitamin C? As if you're not taking it yourself. As if like doctors aren't everyone takes vitamin C. Like when you sick, you drink some orange juice. So we can't say vitamin C helps with the common cold because it'll be taken down. And I'm just like, I don't care. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say what has to be said. You want to take me down? You can't stop truth from being exposed. And why you're afraid of people sharing what vitamin C does. However, you're not afraid. It's okay for people to put out false information that is not proven or backed by science, so much so that even government agencies in this country are fighting with each other saying, hey, you can't put that out. Don't put my name on it. Don't, for real, governmental agencies don't even want to co-sign certain things. But I can't say vitamin C? Come on now. You're gone too far. You're gone too far. Now you're making it real obvious and real blatant. Like it can't be more blatant. So you know what's gonna happen? Because y'all so stupid. People are gonna say, "Well, what's wrong with something's wrong with vitamin C? What's wrong with this?" Somebody sent me a picture of what was it? I'm gonna say the right thing. Was it like Pepto Bismol? And it had like elderberries and hops or something in it. Like Pepto Bismol has herbs in it. What the? Just take the herbs. So obviously there's something happening with herbs and vitamin and mineral supplements that we can't talk about it. Why? So I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it because it's truth, and I'm gonna exist in a place of truth, and I really don't care. I don't care who has a problem with it, and that's just that. Okay. Exactly, Lady Ah. We are standing in our truth. It is like it. So next, I can't even say eat an orange. Don't talk about fruit. Don't talk about fruit or vegetables on YouTube. Absolutely not. It's not scientifically proven. Oh, it is. It has been proven for millennia. This is how we have healed ourselves and how we have. Let me not even get into it. But you all know your grandmothers. You listen, everybody couldn't afford prescriptions back in the day. So it was nothing for your grandma to get a sliced onion, put it under your armpits in the corner of your room when someone was sick, rub you down with Vicks. You don't have Vicks, mentholatum. Okay. It was nothing for that to be burning all kind of stuff in the home so that you can breathe. That's in our DNA. That's passed down to us from generation to generation. And there's nothing you can't do. You couldn't slavery us away, beat us away, toxic poison us away. Nothing is still in us. So for you to say we can't talk about that, all right. What is starting to happen, and not starting to happen because I spoke about this last year at this time. I did a video about deceptors. I think it was last year this time. And I've been saying it, stuff is gonna get more and more exposed. When people start to, it's so it's so twisted. They're so twisted and so backwards. What they're saying is like nonsense. It's literally like nonsense. Listen, I'm not making this up. What's her name? Kamala Harris was literally on a news channel. What news? I don't remember which one it was. You can't make this up. These people are losing their shit. They're losing their minds. And she said, and she repeated, and she said, I'm going to repeat myself. And she said 100% of people in the hospital with COVID had the COVID vaccine. And she's like, I'm going to repeat myself. And she said it again, 100% of the patients with COVID had the COVID vaccine. And I was like, I didn't hear the rest of the conversation, but it wasn't even necessary for me to hear that, because how you saying that for real on public television, like bold as hell, and then still telling us to take the vaccine. Yes, I said the word vaccine. Fuck it. How you really doing that, Kamala? And I'm sitting there like, nobody, y'all don't see that? Y'all don't hear that? Like, yeah, they're talking gibberish. Gibberish is like gibberish is coming out their mouth. It's like they have no control over what they are saying, what they are speaking, like losing their shit, literally losing their shit. Meanwhile, our eyes of understanding are opening up, our ears are being opened up, and we're able to see it. Like, yo, this is wow. You tell me how to take vitamin C, I'm gonna get every vitamin C supplement there is. I already told y'all last year, around the end of December, January, where they were rationing off elderberry syrup. I told y'all, get your stuff. The minute they start saying you can't talk about it is the minute they're going to start where it's not available. I already told y'all the prices have risen. There's certain herbs I'm getting stuff from out of the country and it's hard to get hold of. So I'm telling y'all to take these things, and I'm telling y'all to do these things is for a reason. I told y'all back in May 2020. Remember? Some of y'all remember this. I was like, y'all better not be on that I can't breathe nonsense. Don't be speaking into your life, because there's a time that's going to come where people really won't be able to breathe. We're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to talk about some stuff tonight. Not one, but several athletes. One was giving a testimony, not a testimony, but he was telling his story of how he was playing and running up and down the courts. And he was like, he couldn't catch his breath. And why was he so tired? And he went to the doctor's office finally, and they were like, you have blood clots all up in your lungs, all throughout your body. He was like, from what? I told y'all back in March, February. Spirit told me back in February the thing that's going to start happening with the blood clots. So I told y'all back in March, February about this. And I told y'all what to start doing to prepare. And now it's a term, vaccine related injury. Vaccine related injury? That's a thing now? But it's not just affecting those people that have the jab. It's affecting other people. Thank you so much for the donation, Twinborn. Yeah, they have lost it. They are trying to say we don't see and hear what we see and hear. Exactly. The ancient text said it. Decoders of parables and riddles. You can talk jibber jabber jabber. We're gonna see the truth through it. It's just so obvious to us, because that's what spiritual humans are meant to do. We have that ability. So, peace, I am Malachi. So, I say that to say this, because someone sent me. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for, like I said, I think 2 lives ago. I appreciate you even watching something and taking the time out to say, "Hey, I think Melanie would like this," and sending it to me. Someone sent me the thing with the Travis Scott Astro World thing that happened in Houston. Did I tell you about Houston being a hot spot? There are certain places that are sacred grounds, and in those places there are always rituals being done. I told y'all that. Was it last year? It was last year, 2020, right? So anyway, um so the reports are saying that 10 people died. We don't believe that. We don't believe those reports, because how you the reports are saying that, but yet there's a whole station for missing people. So where those people at? Where are all those people at? And there are people that were there that were saying there were bodies on the ground. Here's what they said. They didn't die because they were trampled over. They didn't die from being crushed. You know why they're saying how they died? Y'all guess. Y'all guess. Thank you so much for the donation, Ralph X. Yes, Songbird. Yes, Tasha. Yes, SEB Naturals. Yes, yes. They couldn't breathe. They couldn't breathe. I don't even want to go there. But you understand the importance of the breath, how ancient texts reference the breath of life, how and I don't want to hear the nonsense that he was on a stage and he didn't know, because you have a freaking ambulance in the middle of the crowd and you stop the show and people are running, like his two people ran up to tell him something. He like, nah, like told him to go away. So I don't want to hear that. I didn't know what was happening bullshit. Now, come on. Recompense is coming for your asses. For real. So people were suffocating to death, and y'all was, and the stuff that was being said, and I don't want y'all getting caught up. You guys know I be staying out of stuff for real. Like I really don't get caught up in that stuff. I don't want you guys getting caught up in people like, oh, it's Illuminati. We know better than that. Like, come on, we know better than that. Don't get caught up in that religious jargon nonsense. We just know what time it is, and what time it is that these low vibrational energies are desperate. They're desperate. They are desperate. And so what do desperate people do? They do desperate, crazy ish. And that's what's happening. And this is why you have to understand where you are right now. You have to understand the energy that we are in right now. You don't have no excuse. I told you, knowing plus wisdom equals power. Knowing plus wisdom equals power. The logic, the emotional equals the power. The feminine, the masculine, the feminine equals the power. You have this knowing. You are giving this knowing. It provides you with wisdom. That is how you are empowered during this time, period. So where everybody is losing their shit, and y'all can check me. Y'all know when I say stuff, you can check me months down the line. I don't be just making stuff up. When I'm telling you that people gonna be losing their mentally, the amount of, I told y'all last year how they were expanding the mental wards in hospitals. What you think that's for? That they're changing the laws. You don't even have to you don't even have to you don't even have to thank you for your post. You don't even have to admit yourself, or anybody can say I think she's crazy, and you in that ward. You in the mental ward. There's something going on. And here's what's happening. The energy is going to get more desperate. Here's how we know, because you guys are feeling it. You guys are feeling what is happening. Spiritual humans are empathic, period. You have to be. That's the heart chakra. That's how we ascend. So you have to be empathic. So you feeling what's happening. You just don't know what it is. It's not you per se. We're going to get into that. So when I tell you people are going to be desperate and really losing the listen. I have a friend who he was in the Marines, okay? And him and another friend got together. They have a tactical team in Virginia Beach, okay? If you in the Hampton Roads area and you want to know how to, you need to go to the range and do some things, let me know. I'll hook you up with them, okay? And he was telling me that his classes, first of all, do I get into that? I don't even know if I need to get into that. There's his classes are basically full for people trying to get their licenses, um, concealed carry licenses, which means you can carry a weapon without anyone knowing, okay? And you can't do that in every state. Like you can't do it in New York, New Jersey. There's only certain states you can do that in, right? And that ammunition last year, was like you couldn't find ammunition. So there's like certain guns that get, because anyway, I don't want to get too much into that. However, it's just showing how people are just like bugging out right now. And we distracted by the nonsense. We just real distracted by the nonsense. That's why I say don't get distracted. You need to see what's going on and don't be shocked by it. Y'all really shocked? Y'all really shocked? I hope y'all not shocked. Y'all can't be shocked. Y'all should be like, yep, that sounds about right. Yep, sounds about right. Oh shit, they expose themselves. Well, that's what's supposed to happen. Everyone's getting exposed. Remember I said that? We've been talking about that. Low vibrational entities, high vibration. Everyone. You're a spiritual human, you're getting exposed as a spiritual human. It's time to do your work. You the ops, you getting exposed as the ops. you physical human, you material human, you getting exposed. You faking. So all the fake spiritual people, you faking? Come on. You really not trying to do no work. You just talking spirituality. Stop talking spirituality. Because you're looking real crazy right now. Because Scorpio energy is Scorpio energy. Yo, for real, the way the planets are right now is going to make you look real crazy. So you might as well, if you know you faking it, just don't say nothing for the next couple months. Or you're going to expose yourself. Because you can say the perfect stuff. Your energy is going to read as you being fake. And real spiritual humans are going to be able to see through that. Like something's just off with them. Like it sounds like jibber jabber. Like what are you talking about? What are you talking about? So you faking it? Go fake it by yourself, or you can get exposed. And that's just what it is. All right. No, this Scorpio, this energy that we're in, this is no joke, and we're going to talk about what is really happening right now. Yes, Stardust. Period. Okay. And the crazy thing is, because I speak to so many of you on consultations, the crazy thing is, you are like the ones who are truly spiritual humans, be the ones who you scared to talk. Like, speak the truth. Don't be scared. Speak your truth. Speak it. Because here's the thing, you can say, you know how many times I come on here and I say the wrong thing? You know how many times I said the wrong planet? I say the wrong words. I say the wrong thing all the time. It doesn't matter. I'm vibrating at a place of truth. And so those who are supposed to receive it at that level, receive it. I may F up and mispronounce something. Okay, so what? That's not going to stop me from doing my work. Don't let it stop you. You who know you are truly a spiritual being. You know who you are truly experiencing something. Don't let other people intimidate you. Don't let the person intimidate you because, like I said, because they've been doing it for so long or they just look spiritual. Man, forget that. What does that mean? What does that look like? I'm so like proud of you. I'm so proud of so many of you. You know, you send me like you're doing a live, you up some goddess, Latanya J. Chatfield. I forgot the name of your page. But I'm so proud of you who those of you who are like, I'm gonna do it. I'm so proud. Who was the one who somebody is actually out there producing the teacup tops? Like, I'm just proud of you guys for doing that. You know who you are. You're like, I'm just gonna go and do it. I'm so proud of you guys for stepping out and doing that, doing your work. Don't be in a place of fear. That energy of fear is to stop you from doing the very thing that you're supposed to do. And we're gonna get into that as well tonight. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue. Yes, we're gonna talk about why some of you guys are tired. Let me tell you. I didn't post this morning that I was going live because I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but I have to. Like I felt like I had to go live. And at 5 o'clock, I was like, I just want to go to sleep. I just want to go to sleep. Like, oh, I gotta get up. I gotta, share this information. But now that I'm here and I'm with you all, I'm revived. It's that noble gas thing, quantum entanglement. The good kind of entanglement, not the Jada Pinkett Smith bullshit entanglement. Oh my gosh, how's she gonna use a metaphysical word for her nonsense? Oh boy. Oh, biological, excuse me. Anyway, um, so oh my gosh, my notes look crazy. Let me put my all right, enough Melly Mel talk. About to be Professor Mel right now. Okay, get your pens and your notebooks out. We about to go in. Time to learn. Time to learn some stuff. Are psychedelics a good thing right now? Yeah. Um, if you feel prompted towards it, what happens after a while, like what has happened with me, is that the plant will say like what's supposed to happen that the plant does infuse into your DNA. And once that happens, you no longer need it. Okay. So that happened with me with a particular psychedelic where she told me you don't need to use me anymore. It's not going to do anything. And so me, I'm a little stubborn. I went and tried it again and nothing happened. And I was told like you don't have to use the psychedelic to get to those places. So you can literally get to that frequency, get to those places without it just by meditating. Like, listen, yeah, just by meditating, you can get to bliss using SEX energy. You can get to bliss. You don't need a psychedelic. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. All right. So let's continue. Um, So the title of this is time to transform. So last week I was talking about the transformational energy on a post, and I posted a song by what is his name? I like him. I forgot his name. I like the guy. I forgot his name, but he has a song called Transform, but it's about something else. Anyway, I forgot the guy's name. Um, And so that energy has been really heavy on me for the past week. So today, earlier, Spirit said the word transform. And the way that I heard it, I was like, oh, I need to break it down. Let me break it down. Let's see what's in here. Yes, Daniel Caesar. That's his name. Is it Daniel Caesar? Okay, Daniel Caesar. Yeah, I like his music. Okay. So transform. So I want you to write the word transform down. Transform. We're gonna break this. Listen. Oh my God. As Spirit was giving me, as listen. As Spirit was giving this to me, you're gonna see. You're gonna catch it. You're gonna catch it because it all ties into some other stuff that's happening right now. I had no idea until I started the research on this. So transform. Okay. Transform is a verb, so it is an action. Okay. So let's look at the word. Let's look at the. Let's break the word down. Okay. So we have trans. If I have time, I will answer your questions at the end if I feel the energy to. But other than that, I really want you to follow this. If you don't feel prompted, if you just want to watch this for entertainment value, go ahead. I'm teaching tonight. So we have the word transform. Okay? Transform. And so trans, right, acts as a prefix. Okay? So in the English language, we have prefixes, which come before the word. We have the root, okay? And then we have suffixes, which comes after the word, okay? So trans is a prefix, all right? Let's talk about that. So trans, the Latin of trans is across, beyond, the other side of, okay? And this is the etymology of the word, okay? Um, the the even the word trans itself is not a Latin-based word. There's not enough vowels in it. So the etymology dictionaries believe that it comes from the word terra, trare and terra. Okay, and that's spelled T-E-R-E, T-R-A-R-E, and T-E-R-E. Okay, which means to cross over, pass through, overcome. Overcome. So I want you to underline the word overcome. You broke trends down in your last live? What? All right. That's crazy. So I'm not going to do too much breaking of it down, but definitely Mook Soda's written, she broke it down. Watch that video, guys. So um so that's trans, the prefix, okay? Then we're talking about form. So form is actually the roots. Form is the root of the word. So the root of the word, everything is based on the root. So form is the most important part, and then we add um, prefixes and suffixes. So if I put ation, like transformation, ation would be a suffix of the word, right? But we're not. The word is not transformation. The word is transform. Okay. So as you are doing your research on words, you want to always find out what the root of the word is and then have understanding on why the English language put a prefix and a suffix with it. Okay, so form. Hold on a second. Okay, form, the Latin is former. Okay, former. which means to create, give life to, shape, and build. Okay? Create, give life to, shape, or build. Chidong, you said, man, the more I learn about this English language, I want to go back to telepathic communication. We are literally casting spells with this language daily and don't know. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You are absolutely right. And we are going back to telepathic communication. Okay, so now we're going to put the word together, transform. So the definition of transform is to make make through, um, make thorough, excuse me, change in the form. Make thorough or dramatic change in the form. It is to make thorough or dramatic change in the form. So, Caesar, the word is a spell the way that they um, recreated the words, the language. Okay. However, we have power. It depends on how much energy we're putting behind a word. All right. Um, However, we want to be mindful. So, not to be stressed out, like, should I say this? Should I say that? But just be mindful of the words that you're using. If you're using them aimlessly, you might want to make some changes. Okay. Okay. So again, transform is to make thorough or dramatic change in the form, appearance, or character. Okay. The Latin of transform is transformare. Okay, you ready? You ready for this? Transformare or transformar means change in shape. Ready for this word? Metamorphase. Metamorphase. What? That sound familiar to y'all? Metamorphase? Morphose, excuse me. Phose. Meta. What have we been hearing in the last week? Meta? When I was getting this, I was like, this is real funny. Real funny. Yep. Meta, the news Facebook. And I don't know if you guys also know this, but meta in Hebrew, the feminine is that word is feminine. The feminine of that word. In other languages, you have feminine and masculine, right? English, you don't. It's just is what it is. So, for example, in Spanish, you have el and la. El is masculine, la is feminine. So, certain things are masculine. So, you would say el, such and certain things are feminine. You would say la. Okay. So, the feminine um, of this in Hebrew, meta, literally translates to death. And people were like, "Oh my gosh, like Mark Zuckerberg has, all these people. They didn't know that meta means dead. Come on. He knew exactly." Listen. So anyway, let's continue. So when I saw that word, it stuck out, right? And so I then looked up the word metamorphosis. Metamorphosis. Okay. So I want you to underline that the Latin is Latin definition is change in shape. Change in shape, metamorphose. Okay? Metamorphose. Nicole, I'll tell you it again. So the Latin for transform, it is I'm gonna write it. This is the Latin for transform. Okay. Okay. And the definition is change in shape, metamorphose. So it's literally this metamorphose. Okay. So we have metamorphose. Okay. Which is another word with a prefix. So we look up, everything's gonna start making sense, guys. You're gonna start understanding, nothing is a coincidence why we're using such language at this time. Okay, so then I looked up metamorphosis, right? And so meta, M-E-T-A, in the Greek, okay? So in the Greek, it means after, beyond, among, higher. After, beyond, among, higher. Okay? That is meta. Yes, goddess wisdom, Morpheus. Yes, see, you guys are picking up on certain things, right? His name wasn't Morpheus for no reason, right? Mm, 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 mm. Listen. Oh boy. Morpheus got out of the matrix. Hold on to that. Hold on to that piece, okay? Why would his name be Morpheus? His name could have been Billy, Derek. Morpheus? Come on. Okay. So the meta is Greek for after, beyond, among, and higher. All right. Morph. So morph is the roots of metamorphose. Okay. Morph is the roots. And morph translates to higher form. Higher form. Morpheus was in his higher self. Okay. That's why I said hold on to that name. I love it when stuff is just like comes together like this. Morph is higher form. Okay. So I already told you that the Latin of transform is change in shape, metamorphose, right? So we don't look at the basic definition. Basic definition of transform says make dramatic change in the form. Okay, well what does form mean? Let's look that up, right? We looked that up. Okay. Change in shape, metamorphose. So then we look that up. What does morph mean? Higher form. Okay. So then can we agree? Can we agree to this definition of transform? Change to higher form? If we break it all down, because here's the thing in English, you'll have, it means this, for example, trans, it says change in the form, appearance, character, so many different things. Okay. Well, let's pick what resonates. So the word form resonated. Okay, let's look at that. Let's break that down. Okay. And then we come up with a complete definition that vibrates that resonates on a frequency that we can understand. So metamorphosis or transform, we're saying, is to change to a higher form. We got that? We in agreement with that? You were writing that, Mahogany? Mm-mm-mm. Welcome to this live, Tyrone. You in a good one. You in a good one. You in a good live. Okay? We got that? So transform is to change to a higher form. You guys can do this. It is not difficult. You don't need to have a doctorate in linguistics. You can go online, Google it, you get an etymology dictionary, get a dictionary of Old English. You can do this yourselves. I want you to do this. I don't listen. I tell my students, like, I'm not trying to be a teacher forever. I'm just teaching you to get you to a certain level. So, same thing with you all. Let me help get you to a certain level, and then I want you to do the work yourself. Tap into that inner scientist in you. Okay? Break this stuff down. Don't just take what the news or whatever is telling you for face value. You can research. There's this whole thing called Google. Let's use it. If you don't have that, there's libraries. Nobody goes to the library anymore. And there's some really good stuff in the libraries. Okay. And you don't even have to photocopy it. You can take your phone. I have books on my phone. Take your phone and take pictures of pages. Okay. You can go to Scribd. I have a link for Scribd. Free. You have 2 months to download as many books as you want for free. Do that. Okay. I want you guys to do your research. This is part of your work. Okay. All right. Okay. You just got a library card, Jamesia. Awesome. Yes, the sources are great as well. Okay. So when I got that definition, of course, when I the word metamorphosis, what is the first thing I thought of? Like when you hear metamorphosis, what do you think about? What's something that just naturally comes to mind? Maybe, yeah, maybe it should come to mind naturally. What do you guys think about? What is something that we talk about goes through a metamorphosis process? Yes, with Love Jay. The butterfly. Yes, the butterflies. And I used to always be like, you know, you would see butterflies around and they just always represented spirituality. And today I was like, I got it. I understand why. Werewolves, Redbird 101. Yes. Yes, the caterpillar and the butterfly story. So we all know the story. The caterpillar caterpillaring along, right? And he starts eating a lot and a lot and a lot. And then he goes into a cocoon, chrysalis, right? And then he emerges as beautiful butterfly, right? And you guys have seen memes about, I'm in the cocoon phase, of me turning into a butterfly. I'm right now I'm keeping to myself. I'm meditating. I'm in this place right now in the cocoon phase of becoming a beautiful butterfly. Okay? You guys have heard about that? Yes. It sounds so lovely, like, oh, cocoon, nice and warm and cozy. And I'm going to merge into a beautiful butterfly and fly and ascend and whatever, right? Okay. That ain't it, y'all. That ain't it. Write this word down. I talked about this in my last class. Right. I love this word. Write this word down. Apoptosis. 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 It changes the whole butterfly cocoon, wonderful cocoon scenario. It turns it all the way upside down. Apoptosis. Okay. You guys got that? Write that word down. Mm. So let's talk about apoptosis. Because nobody talks about that in the memes and the videos that we see in Beautiful Butterfly, you know? Nobody talks about the apoptosis. So well, let me tell you what apoptosis is essentially. Apoptosis is cellular death. Okay. Apoptosis definition, the basic definition is cellular death. It is a chemical process that cells go through. Okay. It has been described when you look at the process of apoptosis under a microscope. It literally looks like um it's not when you when you hear the definition cellular death, you think like the cell is like shriveling up and dying. No, the cells like they explode. So it looks like the cells are like kamikazing themselves, like they're committing suicide. Okay, that's apoptosis. Okay, so let's talk about that. So let's revise this story of the caterpillar to the butterfly. Okay, so the caterpillar is caterpillaring along doo-doo-doo-doo, on the leaves, eating some leaves, eating more leaves. It gets really hungry. And so the caterpillar has about, let's say, 5 billion cells. 5 billion cells, yeah. And so the caterpillar is just caterpillaring along. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And it's eating, right? And so the cells are like, hey, we need more cells because we need the digestive system has to work, the I don't know, the antenna has to work, the muscles. So let's make some more cells. So they're having a cell party. Hey, party over here, right? So the little tiny caterpillar, smaller than this, has about 7 billion cells. Okay? And each cell, and I talked about this in one of my videos, each cell, okay, the molecule, there are micro structures in them, okay, balsams, quarks, okay, that are alive and thriving, okay. So you have 7 billion times whatever. We don't know. It's infinite number. And so the caterpillar keeps eating, and they're like, oh, we have to make a bigger digestive system. We have to make more muscles. And they're just reproducing, and 7 billion cells in a caterpillar. And then a caterpillar decides one day, I'm not eating no more. I don't want to eat. I just don't feel like eating. And the cells are like, hold up. I just made a family over here to help support your muscular system. And, he goes to work, Mr. Caterpillar Muscular System Supervisor. And he talks to the supervisor, cellular supervisor of the digestive system. He's like, yo, he's not eating. He's like, I know. What we gonna do? I don't know. We have to lay some people off. Okay. So what happens is that these cells start freaking out. I don't have a job. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Lockdown. Apoptosis starts happening. Some of the cells literally start committing suicide. Like for real, they start combusting. Because what the hell else are they gonna do? Like we don't have a job, we don't have a purpose anymore. What's our purpose? They're lost. So they die. But it's self-inflicted. Nothing's killing them. They just don't have a job anymore. Okay? It's pure chaos. You have 7 billion cells that had jobs, that had roles. They were reproducing, and now there's no more jobs. There's no more jobs. There's no more roles. There's nothing to do. So they start committing suicide, kamikazing themselves. Apoptosis, cellular death starts happening. Okay? Let me liken this to the human experience. Anyone has ever had a family relative at the end of life, okay? What starts to happen is that their organs start shutting down, okay? And to give the energy to the major organs, okay? The heart, the lungs, that sort of thing. The tongue shuts down, so they can no longer swallow because the digestive system shuts down. Apoptosis. So people that are dying are thirsty, but they can't drink because if they do, they will choke and die because the digestive system is shut down. Apoptosis. So they eat, they can chew on like ice chips, which can even be deadly. You can go into their lungs. So they give them like if any of you are nurses, you know what I'm talking about. You'll give them like these sponges to wet their mouths because that's the most you can do because their organs are shutting down. Apoptosis. Okay? So this is what's happening in the caterpillar's body. 7 billion cells is now 5 billion cells. Is now shutting down. Then some of them are scared, so they start killing each other. They start fighting each other. Some are committing suicide, some are fighting each other. All this craziness is going on, right? But pause. Because there's this group of cells, unseemingly group of cells, that's just like, nah, something else is going on. I just don't know. Something else, they bugging out over there, but something else is happening. There's something else happening. Why did Mr. Caterpillar just stop eating? Something's going on. They hear the cells blowing themselves up. They're fighting, and they start to come together. Like, yo, you heard Mr. Caterpillar, stop eating. Yeah, we're gonna have a meeting at my house tonight. All right, I'll see you there. Let's talk about it. So these other cells start coming together. Noble gases. Okay, just like noble gases. You gotta watch that video. Watch that video. So these other cells start coming together, and they're like, something ain't right. Mr. Caterpillar's not eating. What these cells are like killing themselves. They fighting each other. It's pure chaos. We're not worried about that. Let's create something. Something's happening. We don't. If Mr. Caterpillar dies, we all die. But we have greater sense. There are these cells that are vibrating higher. This is pure facts, guys. There are these cells that are vibrating higher, and it's almost like they have a vision. They can see something that the other cells don't see. And so they come together, and as the other cells are dying out and doing whatever the hell the crazy cells, low vibrational cells do, these other cells come together, they start vibrating higher, and they're like, let's create something better. Because Mr. Caterpillar ain't do nothing all day but eat and just create chaos. Let's create something better. What is something better that we can create? Okay? And so while Mr. Caterpillar is all melty and gooey in the chrysalis, these other cells, and it's not a lot of them, it's not a lot. I'm gonna tell you 7 billion cells, it may be like 100,000. It may be 144,000. These other cells literally come together and they start creating something else that is not a caterpillar. Okay? And so when the thing emerges from the cocoon, it is something that looks unlike a caterpillar because those cells did not think like the other cells that were just going along to get along. Do you understand? Because when there was a change, when Mr. Caterpillar stopped eating, when stuff shut down, okay? When they were on lockdown, okay? They started losing it. And these other cells started joining together and was like, let's create something different. Let's do something different. They bugging out, but that has nothing to do with us. Let's stay in our lane. And they create something that is more powerful, more beautiful, more high vibrational than a caterpillar. Do you follow what I'm saying, family? You follow me? That is the story of the caterpillar. I need a moment. I need a moment. I need a moment. What does this sound like? What does this sound like? I always say all truth is truth. All truth is truth. You cannot separate truth from truth. It all will connect every single time. What does this sound like? 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 I want you to take a moment and just think to, ooh, 441 in the chat. What does this sound like? What does this sound like? You don't have to answer. I want you to think. I want this to cause you to think. Okay. So when I was receiving all of this, oh, Jersey Dread, yes. when when I was receiving all this, right? Um last so let me say this. For the past not for the past few days, and I may have told you guys about this, but there are some times where I feel nauseous and then I feel like I'm pregnant or giving birth, and I am not. Okay. And I was feeling this in my body. Okay. And so last night was extremely intense. And so I went through a process, and I got up and I was like, what's going on? What's going on? Went to my library. I have like about 300 books in my I have like a library downstairs in my house. And this book, I just felt, go to this book, go to this particular book. And I've showed you guys this book before, by Master Mfudishi. Okay, Spiritual Warriors Are Healers. I showed you guys this book. Powerful, powerful, powerful teacher. And I remember when he gave me this book and he told me, take your time with it. Like I was just like, I'm not into like this. I got this book like 2014. I was like, I'm not into Egypt, like whatever it was. And he just told me like, I want you to take your time with it. There's going to come a time where you're going to need this information, and the information is going to come to you. Very spiritual conversation we had. So I grabbed the book and I said, what's in this book for me? What is in this book for me, family? Mm. And so it's a big book. But when I open up the page, it opens up to this page. I cannot make this up if I wanted to. If you have this book, it's page 157, 158. Thank you so much for the donation, Stardust. How do you spell it? His name? Mfudishi. So M, it's here. I'm going to put it in the camera. You see it? Master Mfudishi. Okay. Okay. So I opened it up to this page. This page is talking about, what is this chapter? The chapter's on spirits, okay? And this page is talking about the ka and the ba, okay? So I did a video my years mixing up. Maybe it was early this year, last year, about this what the heck was the video about? The higher self or something, right? And I talked about the ka and the ba. So I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this part to you. You ready? Y'all ready for this? Okay. Page 158. I'm reading here. Okay. It says, y'all listening? Mm, 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 mm. The Ba is immortal. The soul is also the transformation of the breath of life. Remember in the beginning when I was talking about this whole thing with the breath? I was telling you guys about last year that be mindful. I can't breathe. I can't breathe nonsense, and breath will be important. And how ancient texts always talked about the breath of life, and how the breath is literally being targeted right now. The heart, the breath, the breathing. I'm gonna read it again. The soul is also the transformation of the breath of life. When I read that, I was like, transform again? What's up with this transform thing? Okay. Through this breath, the spirit of the ancient ancestors can be transmitted to its descendants. But let's continue. Let's continue. The soul can never be destroyed, only transformed. I'm going to say it again. The soul can never be destroyed, only transformed. Okay. I talked about this last week, last live, I think, with the whole reset thing. And Spirit was like, no, it's cycles, it's cyclical, doesn't end. Okay. The soul is transformed. It will always exist, for energy cannot be destroyed. Okay. Y'all following? All right. I'm reading down here. If you have the book, it's page 158. Okay. You're ready? So, immortality to the Kemet you was achieved when a person understood their divine mission and purpose. Mm, 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 mm. I'm going to read that again. Immortality to the Kemet you was achieved when a person understood their divine mission and purpose, had developed their special gifts, and shares them unconditionally with those who are prepared to receive their blessings. At this point, a person becomes a spiritual warrior and is able to unite the Ka and the Ba in alignment with Heru consciousness or Christ consciousness. Okay. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this because this came out the blue. This had nothing to do with me doing the etymology research at all. Spirit just said, this page, open it up to this page. There's information. You guys heard, okay? So let's talk about the caterpillar. Let's talk about the caterpillar. The soul can never be destroyed. That caterpillar was never being destroyed, okay? It was being transformed. Just as you cannot be destroyed, you are being there's no ending to you. There's only transformation. What is transformation? I don't know. Let's look back at our notes. What did we say? Transformation, to transform, is to change to a higher form. Remember, we got that from our etymology research? Change to a higher form. That's transform. So here it says, the soul can never be destroyed, only transformed or only changed to a higher form. That caterpillar was changed to a higher form. But how? How? Okay, let's continue. Immortality to the Kemet you was achieved when a person understood their divine mission and purpose. Remember I told you about those cells? All the other cells are losing their shit, killing themselves, killing each other. And those other cells were like, nah, we're not about that. That's chaos. We in here chilling. We ain't worried about them, right? They understood the mission. They understood their divine mission and purpose, okay? Had developed their special gifts, shares them unconditionally with those who are prepared to receive their blessings. So it listen, those cells were not trying to talk to the other cells, kill themselves like, yo, y'all don't see what's happening. Don't kill yourself. Y'all don't see what's happening. Don't fight each other. They were just like, let them at their stuff. We're gonna be in here doing our stuff because we see there's something happening and we see that we can create something greater. So let us do that. Let us work together and do that. Okay? They understood their mission. Okay? I'm going to read it again. Immortality to the Kemet you was achieved when a person understood their divine mission and purpose, had developed their special gifts, and shares them unconditionally with those who are prepared to receive their blessings. So somebody had to be like, we are in charge of the color of the butterfly. Somebody had to be like, we're in charge of the wings. Somebody had to be like, we're in charge of the antenna. Somebody had to be like, we're in charge of the type of butterfly. So those cells had to come together. They had to understand their individual divine mission, their purpose, to come together and create something greater. Y'all are following me? Truth is truth. This is not talking about no butterflies or caterpillars at all. At this point, a person becomes a spiritual warrior and is able to unite the ka and the ba. What do I say? I've been saying it for the past month. I keep saying love is gangster. You have to be gangster to be in this. You have to be gangster to be a spiritual human. You have to be. Because you have to be strong enough to listen to people talking shit about you. You have to be strong enough to people isolating you, leaving you, gaslighting you, all kinds of things. You have to be strong enough to walk away from your job. You have to be strong enough to be brave enough to say, this is the work I'm going to do and I'm going to do it. You have to be strong enough to love, to be in a place of love vibration when you really want to deck someone, okay? You really want to fight. You have to be in a place of love where you like, spirit team, y'all handle this. I'm not trying to catch a charge. Love is gangster. Spiritual humans are warriors. You have to be a warrior. You know the strength it takes right now to stand in your truth? The strength that it takes to not be distracted? The strength that it takes. You guys are warriors. You guys are powerful. Stop doubting who you are. Stop doubting your strength. Stop doubting yourself. I don't care if you 1 week into this or 10 years into this. You know who you are. You know what I'm talking about. You are a warrior. Most of y'all should have been dead. Most of y'all escaped death. Most of y'all escaped the most ghettoest ghetto, dangerous ghettos, whatever, dangerous situation, third world countries, whatever, unscathed. And people call you lucky. I'm not lucky. I'm here on a mission. I'm a spiritual warrior. There's something in me that got me out of where I was. There was something in me that says I'm greater than this. I'm powerful. I don't have to have friends. I don't have to have family. Nobody has to like me, but continue on this path because there's something in me, your higher self. It says to this. It says at this point, a person becomes a spiritual warrior and is able to unite the ka and the ba. That is you, your spirit, and your higher self. That is you being connected to your higher self. That is Melanie and my higher self, because we're one and the same. So when Melanie doesn't understand something, if I need to cook a meal, I better tap into the my one of my past lives who was a baker. If I'm in a situation I need to fight, I better tap into that past life person who was a warrior. I have to connect to my higher self. You have to connect to who you are. Forget connecting to what's outside of yourself. That warrior has to be so connected to who they are and be able to flow in that and be confident in that. And I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. You think it was easy for those for 7 billion, let's say 6.8 billion cells kamikazing themselves, killing each other, and the 144,000, I'm gonna keep using that number. That's like, let's do something greater. Think that's easy? That's like, yo, we have 7 billion on this planet. Yo, right? Do we have 7 billion on this planet? Please, somebody confirm that. That can't be the number. Is that the number? No. Whew. We have 7 billion on this planet. Everybody is not going to be like you. Everybody's not going to think like you. Everybody's not going to have the vision like you. And you have to just understand that. Again, it says, it shares them, it says, had developed their special gifts and shares them unconditionally with those who are prepared to receive their blessings. Everyone's not prepared for it. Is that right? Y'all be seeing, you guys see. I don't, this happens. We are live right now. That number just came out and you guys are confirming the 7.7 billion people. Yo, are you serious? Where's my paper? I'm gonna show you this. You guys see this? Under caterpillar, what number do I have? Y'all see 7 billion cells? Truth is truth. Truth is truth. That's why I said don't be fighting with people. Your people who resonate with you are going to come to you. They are there for you. There's a space for you and them, for you to create whatever you have to create, for you to vibrate however you have to vibrate. It's not we are the world. It is not save the world. It is not humanity. Let's come together as one, because as we understood from ancient texts, everyone is not the same. All the beings on the planet is not what we think they are anyway. Mm. I need to digest this for a moment. The last, not this last one, the full moon. I'm like, how all of a sudden? Let me get my thoughts together. Okay. The full moon before the last, I was telling you guys that the energy that you were trying to manifest is, what am I here to do? What is my soul mission, right? We talked about that. And I told you that whatever it is that you received, that's what it is. I don't care what it is. Okay. Everyone's not going to be a Reiki practitioner. Everyone's not going to have a YouTube channel. Like, I have business. I sell crystals and herbs. Like, which one of y'all have a fulfillment center for me? I need a warehouse. Which one of y'all are truck drivers? I need drivers. I need a logistics team. Which one of you are that? Just because you're a spiritual human does not mean that you have to have a spiritual business. You are the business. You are the spiritual person. Okay. I sell teas and herbs. Like, I would like to buy, who can I buy? I don't buy from some stranger. Who can I buy tea pitchers, glass pitchers from? Which one of y'all are doing that? You know what I'm saying? There are we can't all sell shea butter. Shit. Oh my God. We can all make it for ourselves. We can't all sell it. We can't like love. It's enough. Like I have all the hair products I need. Like I'm good on that. What about the other stuff? What about your gifts, guys? You guys have real gifts and talents. You just thinking it's not spiritual. So you're trying to figure out how can I do something that sounds spiritual? Teaching is my gift. That's why I do it. Because I think like for real, I told y'all, me on camera, not something I wanted to do. But teaching, I love to teach. I'm good at teaching. I'm damn good at it. This is what I do. What do you do? What do you do? Because you have to contribute. Remember those cells. Everybody couldn't be the color cell. Everybody couldn't be like, well, we want the butterfly to be blue. We're all gonna make the butterfly blue. The butterfly needs wings. It needs whatever it needs. It needs a digestive system. It needs a mouth. They have mouths, whatever they have. Those cells had to do their individual job to form that butterfly. So I told you guys, maybe I think it was a month ago, what is your soul mission? What are you here to do? I said that's what you should be asking. I didn't say start doing it. I didn't say that unless you're prompted to. One step at a time. What is it? If you find out what it was, then you take the steps towards it. Okay? Why? I'm going to read it again. Immortality to the Kemet you was achieved when a person understood their divine mission and purpose, had developed their spiritual gifts, and shares them unconditionally with those who are prepared to receive their blessings. You have to understand. You have to understand your gifts, your mission. Okay. How do you know? There's many ways you can tell. You can look at your natal chart. I told you guys second, sixth, 10th house. Look at your north south node. Those are ways that you can tell. Okay. You can look at your numerological chart. Okay. Anyone who has a 3, you are a writer. You are to write and communicate. All right. You have a 6, you a healer. You have to heal people. That's what you're here to do. All right. If you have water in second, sixth, and 10th, you're a healer. It depends which water it is. You may be healing people mentally or emotionally or physically. Okay. But here's the thing, you kind of know already. Like I literally do soul mission consultations. I promise you, uh, every single time when I'm talking to someone and I'm literally like saying, yeah, this is what your chart says you're supposed to be doing. Like, I can't make this up. And they're like, oh my gosh, I felt like I should be doing that, but I didn't think that I could. I'm like, you don't even need a special degree or nothing. That is how you were made. You were made to do this. So go do it. And everything falls into place. Everything conspires to get you there because you have to do your individual mission work. It's a mission. We're trying to ascend. Okay? I can't do my job if you don't do your job. All right? Thank you so much for the donation, Ashe. What if you know your mission, but the lack of tools you need to execute throws you off? Don't let it throw you off. Mm-mm. Here's the thing. Listen, this is what happens every time. When you in your heart space say, I'm ready to do it, stuff will start coming to you. I'm telling you. When I first had to record videos, I had a MacBook White. I don't know if you guys know what that is. That's a MacBook from 2009. The original MacBook. It was literally white and heavy, and it was bad. Some of my old videos were like not the best. It would overheat. The fan would run. It would make noise. I couldn't afford a new laptop. Spirit said, "You're gonna get on that MacBook White and record videos," and I did. And what happened? A friend of mine was like, "I see what you're doing, Melanie," and bought me a MacBook Air. This was 2018. So I was working with a MacBook Air. And what started happening about 6 months ago? My computer, the MacBook Air that I was working with, couldn't hold the capacity because I'm teaching classes. I have all sorts of PowerPoints and videos. Stuff was shutting down. It was just the most was happening, and I need a new MacBook. But Melanie was not trying to spend $2,000-3,000 for a MacBook. And guess what happened? On my birthday, I was gifted with a MacBook Pro. I think I talked about it. I'm on a MacBook Pro right now. I didn't put no money towards none of this. I didn't have to. When you are serious, when you are really like, I'm gonna do this, I don't care what. You say I'm gonna write a book and you don't have a computer, you better get a pencil and a piece of paper and start writing. If that's what spirit told you to do. There's a quote that says, begin to weave and God will give you the thread. Just start it. Just start. Just start with the full faith of everything's gonna fall into place. Your spirit team has seen that action and they're meeting action with action. They're like, oh, she bought it now. All right. And let them work. Let them do what they have to do. You think I was worried? I wasn't worried. I was like, if my my computer shut down, it shut down. Like, what am I gonna do? The spirit knew I had work to do. Okay. So I'm telling you that I'm telling you that to say, um, Ashe, start it. Just start it. And just share it. And don't hide it. Because you never know. You never know who's going to say, you know what? I got you. I'm telling you. Okay. How do you know what's on your chart? You can download your chart, Cafe Astrology. Someone put the link in there. There's a fake one, but I think it's Cafe Astrology. I like that one because it gives a basic chart. There's also Astro Dash Seek. Some people like that better. I like Cafe Astrology better. Download that and look at your chart. Okay. Um, Thank you so much for the donation, Natasha. You said, Peace Professor, what's the name of the site to do the natal chart? Oh, I just told you. Thank you. I am Goddess Tay. She typed it in the chat. Cafe Astrology. I think, no. Is that it? Okay. Okay. All right. So let's continue. 'Cause I was even done. I don't know. It's went off on a tangent. But yeah, whichever one resonates with you, whichever one resonates with you. I always go for the as a teacher, I understand that I have to teach many different levels, right? So I always go for the thing that anyone can understand, even someone who's like new to it or more advanced. Um I don't want anyone to ever feel like anyone who's new on here, just because you see people answering in the chat, I don't want you to feel intimidated. Like I'm not where they are. I don't know what they are. A lot of I have quite a few students on here. So we've been learning this. So they're trained in this stuff. So those are the ones answering. And then there's people that I've been teaching for the over 2 years now on YouTube. So they know. And then there's some people that know. So don't feel intimidated. Everyone has to start somewhere. Okay. Don't feel like I don't even know what a natal chart is. What is she talking about? It's okay. It's okay. We're in this together. All right. Okay. So thank you. I think, yeah, Danny has the correct one. Astro.cafeastrology.com. That's it. Okay. All right. For your Chiron, you want to go to Astro-Seek for your Chiron. Okay. Thank you. So the websites are in the chat. Okay. So it is written, you said, wow, and I met with one of your students today before I knew she was, and I told her to find you. Oh, really? Awesome. Awesome. No, I'm not doing, thank you. I'm not doing natal chart readings. If you want a natal chart reading, you contact Hood Mystic. I don't, his website is Colombian Exchange. I don't know it exactly. So just put the Hood Mystic in YouTube search and you'll find his channel and then you can find his website from there. I don't do natal chart readings. I do spiritual consultations and soul mission consultations. So I have I'll do soul mission consultations, which is basically I'll use your natal chart, astrological chart, your numerological chart, and just intuitively, that's just my gift to find out what it is you should be doing. And that's because I do have Capricorn rising. I'm just good at that. I just have that soul mission business mind. Okay. So, um, and you can, if you're interested in those, you can book those at thespiritdoula.com. That's my website. But I only think I have like 3 left for the year. I only have a few left for the year. Okay. So what do we do? I just told you all this information. What do we need to do? Number one, listen. If you haven't been in this space, you need to number one, meditate to find out what it is that you should be doing. Okay. You don't necessarily have to make any moves. Just knowing and just being in that place of like, okay, I know I'm supposed to do this. Everything just starts to fall into place for you. Okay. Don't fight it. Or don't think, well, I should be doing something else a little bit different. Like I'm telling you, the more unique your work is, the better it is for everyone. All right. Um, so what's the other thing I wanted to touch on is that I need you to understand, okay, now that we have the caterpillar analogy, I need you to understand the space that we're in right now spiritually, that the space that we're in physically, okay? So on the spiritual realms, there's a lot of apoptosis and chaos going on, okay? The same thing is happening on the physical realm as we know, right? And it's going to get worse in the next we're in November, the next like month and a half, okay? Let me not, it's going to get progressively bad, but it's going to be really really mentally bad for people in the next couple of months. We understand that, right? I need you to understand who you are and where you are and to stay focused, not be distracted, and to understand that low vibrational entities will see your literally can see your aura, okay, subconsciously, and you will attract everything. You'll attract high vibrational, okay? You also attract low vibrational. The low vibrational is seeking to feed off of your energy, okay? People will literally say that to you. They will literally say, I just need your energy. Like they will straight up say it to you, like for real. Okay. Um, you may be in the public, in a store, and you're feeling good, and then somebody walks past you and you just feel like drained. Well, they took some of your energy. Okay. We all can't see auras, but everyone has an auric field, and energies will come and chomp off some pieces and leave you depleted. So, what has been happening to some of you right now is that you are having physical effects of this. Okay. So, if you're feeling extremely tired right now, there are energies and entities that are feeding off of your energy, even while you are sleeping at night. Okay. Even while you're sleeping at night. So, you have to be mindful of that. All right. Um, be mindful of those who, when you speak to them, you feel extremely drained or tired, or when they call you, like, "Ugh," something's telling you something. Okay, be mindful of that. Okay, you have to protect your energy. You have to protect your high vibrational energy at this time because there's so many. Again, 6.8 billion. There's so many low vibrational entities out here, and their goal again is to deplete your energy, to feed off of you, right? So what do you do? Um, Number one, I'm gonna give you a bunch of things that you can do, like 8 things. Number one, um, elite Shungite. I told you guys this is elite Shungite. Okay. I told you guys about this. A lot of energy is being taken literally from the devices. Literally, it's crazy. Um, if you have to work in front of a computer, you want to make sure you get elite Shungite. this is not some, some people have this thing like, oh, crystals is like, woo woo, not real. There are hospitals where Zoe Essentials gets our crystals from. Well, the Shungite. There's a company in Karelia, Russia. Okay, Shungite is from Shunga, Russia, and there are 15 companies in Karelia that have permission from the Russian government to mine Shungite. And so it's one company. I was talking to the owner of it, and he was telling me that there are hospitals in Russia that their walls, cancer hospitals, excuse me, that the tiles in the walls and the ceilings are made of shungite, and it is to absorb the radiation, okay, from the hospital and the radiation that they're giving the people. Okay, I could not believe that. He said, "Yeah, the tiles in the ceiling has shungite." People in Russia, especially in the area of Karelia and Shunga, in their homes, literally, you know how you have tile like designs on a wall? They have shungite in their walls to protect them, not just from the radiation from their devices inside, but from the radiation outdoors. Okay. So I said to him, well, that's not practical in America. Like, for me to afford to tile my whole house, like, how many hundreds of thousands of dollars would that be? And so he told me, wear it. The next best thing to do is to wear the shungite on your body, because what happens is that it essentially like absorbs the radiation into the shungite, and it kind of like scrambles the radiation. Okay. So elite shungite is something to get, to wear, keep it, to put in your water. The other thing, number two, um, wear protection crystals in public. And I spoke about this so many times. Thank you so much for the donation, Akiva. I appreciate that. Wow. Wear protection crystals in public. Okay. Be careful. Do not. Number one, make sure that what you're wearing are authentic crystals. Okay. Number two, you do not wear high vibrational crystals in public. What do I mean by that? Do not wear amethyst because it's pretty. I have amethyst earrings, or um, uh, certain crystals that should be like howlite or moonstone or labradorite. You don't want to have them in public, because what's happening is that you're already empath. So now you're basically doing this to your aura. And you're like, come, feed off of me, come, and then you're walking around kind of like loopy because you're vibrating too high. Okay. So when you're in public, you want to have root crystals. Okay. So you want to make sure you have like tourmaline, but my favorite is black obsidian, because what black obsidian does is it creates like a auric shield around, like a shield around your aura, literally. Okay. And it like blocks people from feeding off of you. Okay, it just does. It's super powerful. Okay. um those are crystals that you can have on you, anything that's like root chakra, anything that's like heavy. But the most affordable one, the best one, I say, is to get a black obsidian. I have black obsidian, like two in my purse, one in my car, like they're all over the place. I have them like in my house, in the corners. They're very affordable. I just have a lot. I give them to my daughters. Everyone has black obsidian, right? If you're gonna wear crystals, just be mindful of what you're wearing. Um, if you know that you are a healer, malachite is good. Okay, malachite is good, especially wear around your heart chakra, because it will help to protect that heart chakra energy. Okay. Just make sure that it is authentic malachite. There's a lot of fake malachites, a lot of fake rose quartz. It's unbelievable. um, Number three, um, protection oils in public. Okay, so I was I was in France. I had moved to France back in 2015, 2015. And a friend of mine at this time, like, I already had Zoe Essentials, and I was like experimenting with oils, and I made this shea butter oil. And it was really the shape of the oil was really for like cellulite. So I had it on my legs, right? And so my friend was like, "You smell like the woman in my village." He was from Cameroon. And I was like, "What the hell does that mean? I smell like the woman in your village, right?" He was like, "You smell like the women in my village, like the I forgot the word he used, but like the spiritual women." He was like, "I don't like that." So he was like one of those bougie Africans that's, not Africans, Cameroonians, let me say that, who like would wear like the suits, the fitted suits and like was into like Louis Vuitton and Gucci, like, all that. And so he was like, "Why don't you wear like some Chanel perfume?" I was like, "I don't want to wear Chanel perfume. I have my oils on, take it or leave it." So I said, uh, "What is it that these women are wearing?" He was like, "They wear these oils in them to protect themselves from bad stuff, like bad spirits." And I was like, "Really? Well, there's something to this." Okay. So I started doing research on like what oils, like these women were wearing. What are these oils? And basically these oils are all high vibrational oils. Okay. So wear protection oils in public. You don't have to put on Chanel number 5, or I don't know what's the perfumes out here, Michael Kors. You can do that if you want. Like I mix a little bit of stuff up sometimes. But protection oils, what are these? We're talking about high vibration oils like ylang ylang, okay? Frankincense, citrus. They're very high vibrational, and so low vibrational entities, they don't like them. They don't mess with them. They literally it causes it blocks them. Okay. So much so that I think frankincense, myrrh, okay, clove, but be careful with clove because that can burn, and cinnamon. During the bubonic plague, you ever heard of four thieves oil? So during the bubonic plague, um, there were a group of people, okay, that would wear certain oils and they didn't get the plague. And they were Jews, right? And not Ashkenazi Jews though. I'm not gonna get into that history of who's Jewish and Hebrew or not. But they would wear these oils and they didn't get the bubonic plague. Okay. The other thing is that there were some of them of their culture that would put the oils on to when the people died, they just threw them in the streets. Okay. And so they would rob their body of like if they had jewels or whatever, and they wouldn't catch the plague. Everyone else did, but not them. And they attributed to this oil called they call it four thieves oil because they were thieves. But it wasn't just them that wore it. So these oils are so high vibrational that even the rats and the fleas and whatever wouldn't even attack them. Okay. So you can get those oils. Zoe Essential sells an oil called Protect Thyself. I love it. I put it on myself whenever I'm going out. Um, those are protection oils, okay? Number 4, you want to put crystals in your water. So, hold on one second. I want to show you guys. You want to put crystals in your water. So our water has been depleted of deuterium. I won't get into that. Basically, there was a war millennia ago, many millennia ago, and the deuterium was taken out of our water. Our water became light. Very high vibrational water is almost heavy. It almost has like a gel consistency. Like it's like a little bit more than just regular water. And low vibrational water is like sharp. I don't know how to explain, but like almost like alcohol, like sharp. Um, so there are things you can do to the other one, sweetheart. Thank you. There are things you can do to raise the vibration of your water. You can make pyramid water. You don't know how to. You can go to the YouTube channel Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids, and Brother Hunk Rising Sun. He shows how to make pyramid water. Okay. You can buy expensive machines, not the Kangen machine, not that. Um, there's a John Ellis machine you can buy, or you can do what I do. So I filter my water through, I have a Berkey filter. or you can get spring water, okay? And you put crystals. So in this, I got this from Amazon, guys, and it comes like 2 in a set. So literally I have rose quartz, okay? One is like a white rose quartz. And if you can see the elite shungite in the water, okay? And so I just fill this up. I put my crystals in here, fill it up. You can write messages on the jar. You can put love. You can put whatever you want. Like there's a little space here to put a message. I just didn't do it, okay? And what happens is that it literally, there's a difference in the water. I've tested it. It causes the water to just be more alkaline, okay, more high vibrational, and it works better in our system. So the other thing you can do, Salima, hold on. You can also put, you can also put chlorophyll in your water. You just want to add something extra to your water to keep it high vibrational and make sure that you are well hydrated, okay? I'm going to show you the brand that I use. Good chlorophyll comes from the plant mulberry. So you want to make sure that it's coming from mulberry. You can get some plants that some brands use like alfalfa, some other stuff, but mulberry is like the plant of choice. And it's essentially like the plant's blood. But what it does is it oxygenates the cells, and that's what you want. Okay. Thank you, sweetheart. So this is the brand now. I love this brand. This is owned by one company. They're like, if you know Dr. Bronner's, it's like a family company. This is a family company. They are thugged out. Like they're like, screw the FDA kind of thing. Their products were organic before organic was a thing. So I've been using their products now brand since like back in the mid 2000s. Is that right? Mid 2000s, like 2005. Okay. And they're affordable. Like you don't have to, like you can get the chlorophyll like this big for $25. This right here is like $10. Okay. So I tell people when they ask for essential oils and stuff, go with Now brand. Even if it doesn't say organic, it's organic. Okay. So you can put a couple drops of that in your water. Chlorophyll also has copper in it. It also has copper in it. And this brand, for some reason, like my girls will drink it. Some chlorophyll has like mint flavor in it. This has it as well, but it's not as bad tasting. Okay. So high vibrational water. Let's continue. Number 5. I'm going to keep saying this. Get iron. Every woman, especially if you are a man and you have a wife, a girlfriend, a sister, whatever, tell her she needs to have iron. Men, you need to have iron. Our blood is iron based. I can get into that whole thing, why it's not necessarily a good thing, but it is. Okay. So because of that, we have to make sure that we have enough iron. Okay. Because of what's happening with stuff. Iron, we are leaching iron out of our body. Okay. Our eumelanin does the best it can to maintain as much as it can. But again, due to radiation, our water being deuterium depleted, and just a whole bunch of stuff, we're losing a lot of iron. Women are having all kinds of issues with their cycles. Let me tell you. Y'all know the blood banks. You know what I'm talking about the blood banks? The blood banks that are in the hood. I've only seen blood banks in the hood. Only. Okay. When the blood banks are having issue with blood and they're paying people more money for blood, something's going on. Okay. I'm telling you this because blood transfusions are going to be on the rise. I'm telling you, please trust what I'm saying. I'm telling you. So to avoid all of that, get your iron up, because what iron does, it supports the creation of more hemoglobin. Okay, your blood levels, your hemoglobin levels should be between 9 and 12. If it's less than 9, it's dangerous. If it's less than 7, you're anemic. Okay, and you guys should know your numbers every year. I don't care if you're like, I don't mess with doctors, whatever. Every year, go to the doctor and get a whole full panel so you know what's going on in your body. All right, but your hemoglobin levels should be above 9, especially if you're a woman. Okay, get some iron. So I told you about the this is Cheney root tea. Cheney root is and sarsaparilla are both roots. Okay, Dr. Sabi said sarsaparilla has the most dense amount of iron on the planet. Okay, he's very right about that. Cheney root, same family. The difference is that it tones the blood, so it helps with blood supply. Okay, that's why it is like my go-to. I love my sarsaparilla, but Cheney root, listen, um, it's everything to me right now. Okay, um, make a picture. Let me show you. I'm gonna do a video on this. If you get the Cheney root, and you can get it from Zoe Essentials as well. If you get the Cheney root, I'm gonna tell you what to do. And it comes out of Jamaica. I don't know. If you get it, make sure it's from Jamaica. Let me just say that, and make sure that you can see that it's the root. That is really like, you don't want to get like sawdust because you don't know what that is. Thank you. So this is my picture. Okay. So this is like 4 pieces. This lasts a whole week. This is like 4 pieces. Okay. And I boil this. You see the color of it? This is tea. The color looks like blood. That's how you know it's good for the blood, for the kidneys. Okay. So I boil like 4 of these for like 5 minutes, and then I let it steep. I let it steep like all day. Okay. And then it gets this color. And I just drink like a glass or 2 a day. Doesn't taste like much to me. Okay. So I drink like a glass or 2 of this a day, and it keeps my iron levels high. The other thing, Salima, hold on. The other thing, she's like in the fridge getting my stuff. The other thing, I spoke about it on the last live. I want to show you guys the iron. I want to show you guys what it looks like. Triple goddess 333 Cheney root, because children can actually consume this. So my daughters also drink it. So this is the one that I was talking about. This is out of the UK. Oh, it's called Floridix. Okay, you might see it in French because it comes from the UK. It's in a glass. This is a 2-pound one. Okay. Once you open it, 4 to 6 weeks. So I take it twice a day, like 10 milliliters twice a day. This is also something to keep your iron high. Okay. All right. The other number 6. Number 6. No, Cheney root is not for the liver. Okay. You want to use bitter herbs for the liver. Number 6. If you are out and you come back in the home, bathe. You need to bathe. Bathe. Sound like my father. Bathe your skin. You need to get in a shower, um, or you need to at least wash your face, wash your hands, okay? Because you're carrying energy from outside, okay? So you want to get in water as much as possible, okay? If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling drained, get in some water, okay? You have to, because that water is going to literally wash that energy off of you, okay? It's like a reset of your energy for the day, okay? Number 7, smudge your home, especially if you have anyone that is not constant in your home, come to visit you. If you have somebody drop a package off at your door, smudge your home at least once a week. It's so important. So important. Okay. Um, some things you can use is Palo Santo, my favorite. They're easy to burn. I'll do two so I can get more smoke. They are high vibrational. Um, I always tell people don't use sage by itself because sage clears out all energy. Okay. And once the smoke is cleared, low vibrational energy is rude. It'll come back in the house. And the high vibrational energy is like, hi, you're going to invite us back in? Okay. But Palo Santo just clears low vibrational energy and it keeps the high vibrational energy in. So get some Palo Santo, or you can get frankincense. You can get one of my new favorite, frankincense. Okay. You can get the resin with charcoal. I have a video on my Instagram that shows how to burn frankincense resin. Okay. Or cones. Make sure it's a high quality. You can burn frankincense, um, or cedar. Cedar. Cedar smudge. Another high vibrational smudge. The Druids, here's a little history lesson on Christmas tree. So the Druids would bring Christmas trees in their homes, not because they were Christmas trees. They weren't Christmas trees. They didn't know about the Bible and, you know, um, it wasn't even a Jesus thing because they had the trees back in the Old Testament. So they didn't know about all that. What they knew is that cedar trees are high vibrational. Listen, this is why they have to bring a Christmas tree in during December, because there's so much low vibrational energy. The amount of suicides are up in December. Okay. There's not a lot of sun, not a lot of high vibration on, wherever you are. And so those cedar trees, right? That's why you put them in water so they can continue to grow. They have a high vibrational energy that causes low vibrational energy to leave. For real. Okay. So you can get a cedar smudge and burn the cedar smudge in your home. All right. Okay. You use cedar branches to smudge? Yes. Pine as well. Anything, any coniferous, that's the name of a coniferous tree, evergreen tree, is good. Okay. Okay. Let's continue. And the last one, always be in a place of protecting yourself. It's very easy to do. So you can just say, I'm always surrounded by love. I'm always protected. You're calling your spirit team, and teach your children. Teach your children now how to protect themselves. And what I always say to tell children is, I'm surrounded by a bubble of love. That is the easiest thing. Anything that is not of love cannot come in my bubble. Anything that is not of love cannot come in my space. I say that to myself. Okay. So that is everything. That is everything. I hope that you all took some notes, that you got some good information. Um, I said I would take a couple of questions at the end. You brought patchouli and frankincense oil. Wow. Yeah, you can get essential oils. You can get like a little spray bottle, and you can put like alcohol with hazel or like vodka, right? And with water, and then put a couple drops in and spray it around your home. Okay. Okay. Waffle eater, can you show us your red etymology book when you get a chance? How you know it's the red one? Did I show you before? Did I show y'all before? Let me ask my daughter. Um, okay. I just texted her to bring it. Okay. Lymph nodes. You were on the live this morning. Okay, so I did tell you guys about lymph nodes. Oh my gosh, thank you for reminding me. So you want to be massaging your lymph nodes, okay? Because the lymph nodes are what put out the white blood cells. The white blood cells are they fight all the viruses and germs, and they also keep you very high vibrational, okay? We have a lymphatic system in our body that it doesn't naturally move. What causes it to move is movement, which is why children are always jumping, okay? And they don't get sick. They eat a pound of dirt, they don't get sick, okay? Because they're constantly moving. That's how you move your lymphatic system, okay? And it runs through our entire body. The lymph nodes, they are like branches with balls on the ends of it, right? And they literally sit here, which is why when you go to the doctor does this, okay? She's feeling for your lymph nodes to see if they're swollen. If they're swollen, it means that they're putting out a lot of white blood cells and there's something wrong with you, okay? So you want to be massaging your lymph nodes, okay? They're here. You have some right here in your face, behind your neck. They branch out here for this reason. Women, they call it breast cancer in women. It's not really breast cancer. It's the lymph nodes, those lymphs they have been clogged with toxins that have become cancerous. Okay, and I say cancerous because cancer is just dis-ease in the body. Okay, and because the lymph nodes sit here into the breast, that's why they have to cut pieces out of the breast. So it's not, it is called breast cancer because it sits on the breast, but they're really the lymph nodes. It's not the breast. That's the issue. It's the lymph nodes, and they go into your armpit as well, which is why you should not wear deodorant with aluminum in it because it absorbs all of that into your system and it's toxic and it sits right in your frontal lobe, the aluminum. So you want to massage your lymph areas, okay? Your inner elbows, behind your thighs, your groin, right? When children go to the doctor also they'll take their thumb and they'll feel the groin. Guys ever seen that? Because they're feeling for the lymph nodes. Okay. So you want to keep that area moving and flushed. You can get like grapefruit essential oil, mix it with like uh what's my favorite? Like an almond oil, okay? And you can massage yourself that way. All right. Um Yes, dry brushing helps. You can get a dry brush from like Amazon for like $5. There's just a way to do it. You can't find it? It's a red book. It says like Old English. Okay. I just told her to find a red book on my shelf and she's like, "Are you serious, mommy?" um, let me see. Oh, see, there you go. This is a book. Someone asked for the etymology book. It's The Origins of English Words. This is a book by Joseph Shipley. Okay. Okay. Do you have any insights on tooth pain? I don't. What do you mean by insights? You want to know what to use for it? Um, you need to clarify that question, please. Okay. What if you aren't sure what your second, sixth, and 10th house mean? I do know they are toward your purpose, but I'm not sure what they mean altogether. So Mia, that would be, I would say book a consultation with me and I can help you with that. What I am also going to do is I believe I'm going to teach a class on that in the near future during Capricorn season. So just stay posted. You'll see information about that. Okay. Um, yeah, I think I'm teaching a class on that in January for sure. What should a 5 life path do as a gift? A 5 life path can do anything they feel prompted to do. The 5 life path needs to know that um, be okay with change. So be okay with if you want to do this and then you change and want to do that. You can do whatever you want. The 5 is the energy of whatever tastes good, looks good, feels good, smells good, sounds good. So the 5 is like a squirrel, like I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. So that's okay. You just have to flow with whatever you're prompted to do. Okay. You may have multiple businesses, just depending on what else is on your chart. Cheney root okay during pregnancy? Yes, it is okay. If you are pregnant, you have to increase your iron. Listen to me. Listen to me. Because what's going to happen is when you go to have the baby, you are going to bleed. You may be offered a blood transfusion. Be careful because here's the wickedness. Here's the wickedness. California, for example, mm, is not so when you have a blood transfusion, they test for HIV and hepatitis. California is not differentiating those who have COVID, excuse me, those who have the vaccine versus those who don't. So if you get a blood transfusion, let's say in California, you don't know what's in that blood. It can be the nanoparticles or not. So what I'm telling you is get your blood supply up so that you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Because a lot of women, you go and have babies and you bleed out a lot. Something may happen, right? So increase your iron now. Plus, you need to be making more blood for you because the baby's gonna take all your blood, your blood supply, and you stuck with none. All right. Okay. No, I was just it's not a Q and A. I was just answering a couple of questions. Okay. Will you be releasing your liver cleanse from your site again? I don't know. If I don't know. The last time really took a lot out of me because people were not following instructions, and it is like it's like a natural surgery. And if you do it incorrectly, it can be detrimental. And I cannot put myself on the line like that because it's not just me. It's you know Spiritual Ascension University, the Spirit Doulas, or Essentials. So I really had to be prompted to do that again. And people had to be serious about doing that and signing waivers. But it worked. People had all kind of gallstones and everything coming out of their body. But you have to follow the rules exactly. People just, I was literally saying no meat, and people were like, well, can we have chicken? And it's like, like, so it makes it challenging. It makes it challenging. um, let's see. So does Rain, you said, and they try to give a transfusion, but I refused, told them I was a witness and it was against my religion. Yeah, you don't even you literally can say it's against my religion. You have the right to say your religion is whatever you want it to be, and they can't do anything. But you have to be careful. If it's below 7 and you're a woman, you have to be careful because you can put yourself at risk of heart failure. Okay. There's a lot of factors. There's a lot of factors to it. So to avoid all that, just get your iron up. Okay. Okay. Okay, you said triple goddess. I woke up with terrible gum tooth pain this morning and in association with these other pregnancy symptoms. So that might so if you actually don't have any tooth issues, that may just be your throat chakra. Okay. So those of you who having like symptoms in your body, those just may be your chakras activating or acting up, or pay attention to that. Um, let's see. Yes, and clove oil is magical for toothaches. Is chlorella good? Yes. However, my daughter worked at a herbal, not herbal pharmacy, like a herbal store, natural store, whatever kind of store it was. And we learned a lot about a lot of products and a lot of brands. All you know is that you have a green powder. You really don't know what that is. So you want to be very careful. Make sure you're getting it from a good manufacturer. Make where are they getting the chlorella from? Okay. So you want to be careful. I would say I don't like taking anything that's powdered. I rather see the leaf so I can actually identify it. So that's how I feel. But you know, just be careful when it comes to that. Means only vegans should be working with you because they brought in vegetarians so much it isn't meatless anymore. Hmm. I think it's let's see. I don't understand that statement. Yes, this is the bottle of iron. You can get it from Amazon. It's very affordable. Okay, that's that. Are dental implants okay? I don't know what kind of implant, what is it for? Sometimes you may not need an implant, even, I mean, if it's a front tooth, I would say get a denture that you can take in and out. You definitely don't want to. all your teeth are connected to a part of your bodies, part of your nervous system. So removing teeth, even at the root, people that the statistics for those who have heart attacks is eerily connected to root canals. So there are statistics that say if you have a root canal, the rate of you getting a heart attack is extremely high because it is connected. Those back teeth, I forgot which one it is connected to the heart, maybe the heart meridian, heart chakra, well, heart meridian. Okay. All right. I'm going to I don't recommend veneers. Use your own teeth, keep them clean. I have a video on Instagram where I show the products I use, and you can recalcify your teeth. If you have melanin, your body regenerates itself. Okay, so I've had cavities that I did certain things. I went back to the doctor, and they were like, "You don't have any cavities." It's like, "Yeah, I grew back my enamel." But when I say that, they're like, "No, what? No, maybe the scans were wrong or something, you know." So um yeah, I have a video on Instagram that shows the products that I use. Okay. All right. Do not have your wisdom teeth pulled, please. If you can, we have them for a reason. You don't want to have any teeth pulled. Okay. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, everyone. It was so good seeing you all. Sweet dreams, safe travels, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the astral realm, some of you. Stay encouraged, everyone. You are all doing so great. Peace, everyone. Good night.